Riveting content. Empowering your life. Welcome to The Sphere. This episode is sponsored by Houston Housewives of Finance. For more information on increasing your cash flow, becoming your own money manager, and to schedule your complimentary personal finance strategy, contact the Houston Housewives of Finance today at 1-844-700-4463. Looking to advertise? Join the Sphere's vast demographic reach of thousands of people all over the world. Send an email today to advertise@thesphere.tv or call us at area code 832-772-7789. KOG and Company. Are your unique gifts and talents changing the world? Do you desire to belong to a community of unity? Visit KOGpassion.com to learn more about the Unleash Your Dopeness movement.
Yes, welcome back to Intermission. I am your host, Jarvis Newsom. You can find me on Instagram at Ziggy the Lionhearted. And with me is my guest, my co-host, Marcus Griffin.
What's going on out there in the beautiful world that we live in? You know, Marcus Griffin. You can find me at Fishy Grits 281 on Facebook and on Instagram.
And we also have a guest today, a lady. And this is Erline.
Hello.
Oh, how you doing, Erline?
I'm good.
Was that a Waterboy impression?
No, that's Leon Phelps.
Oh, tell me
It was a
something.
good combination of the two.
I thought it was Bobby Boucher. I was like, okay.
And you know, I'm still country, so it's going to come out like Bobby Boucher.
Hey, it came out live to me. I thought it was pretty funny.
Oh, what's been going on, guys?
Nothing. Taking it easy. Trying to stay alive in Houston. Keep my sanity. All this traffic.
I've already lost my mind, but that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's why we're late. I actually was late. And
I don't want to hear about you being late when I'm coming from Baytown. Let's not even discuss my hike across the city.
Oh, Lord, this Baytown. That's far. Ooh, that's
it's
a commitment.
not that far. That is a commitment. That's
dedication.
Yeah,
that is
dedication.
true. That is true.
That is true. And
I
we
was
appreciate
fighting it.
Your dedication.
Thank
we're
you.
glad to have you. You know?
So no one can complain about being in traffic or being late.
Oh, no complaints over here.
No
I just be slow boogieing.
Okay, cool.
Oh man, so I put out a little image on IG under the Intermission IG, under my IG. I threw it on my Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
We just threw it everywhere.
Yeah, I shared it in the page.
Right.
Get people's feedbacks.
I didn't share anything for you. I apologize.
Oh, it's all good.
I suck as an individual.
No.
If you tuning into the show, you know exactly what we're talking about.
Yes.
And I want to know, what was your top 5 non-Terminator Arnold Schwarzenegger movies? And this was actually a little bit harder than I thought.
At first, I started off with Terminator. I was like, oh,
why would that be hard, though?
Because when you really look at all the movies he's done, to just go down to 5.
Yeah, because they're all pretty entertaining.
Your top 5, you must have Conan the Barbarian.
I don't have him. I don't have it in it.
Didn't make my cut.
I didn't make mine
And
either.
if you want to stay in that old school, the Red Sonja, but I didn't add that in my top 5. But you have that Total Recall. You have to have Sixth Day. You have to have Predator.
Oh, I have Predator. I love Predator.
I have Predator.
You have to have
Sixth
those.
Day. Sixth Day. I don't have that one. I enjoy that movie.
Why not?
Because it's like I was born in the 90s, so when I caught the wave
These
of Arnold,
youngsters.
it was just like I caught the funny side of him. So Jingle All the Way made mine as terrible as that movie.
I'm disappointed.
I love that movie, man.
I like Jingle All the Way.
It's so every time for Christmas I sit down with my son, I let him watch it. He doesn't find it entertaining, but it's like it's whatever. I watch it. I enjoy it.
Right.
Turbo Man, you can't beat that.
Oh, him and Sinbad was just, man, it was
funny, but
that was chemistry.
Man, it's some mature content. They cussing that movie. I was like, this is supposed to be PG.
What's
True
up,
Lies.
Abner?
Yeah.
Yep, that's what Abner.
True Lies is on
Abner
mine.
just said.
I can
Lies.
watch True Lies every day. I can watch it every day.
And see, for me, that's Total Recall.
I can watch that one also.
I like Total Recall, but it was just like when I went back and watched it, it was more corny than I expected, and it kind of ruined it.
Blasphemy. It's not corny. Stop it.
Man, I don't know,
Stop
man.
it.
It's just some old school movie.
The remake to me disappointed me. They should have just left
Oh,
that
the
alone.
remake was terrible.
Well, it was
Yeah.
too serious.
It was way too serious.
It was. I liked what's her name? What was her name? Jessica Biel, wasn't she in there?
Jessica
Yeah.
Biel played the
So
because they combine
too. Yeah.
they combine characters,
Yeah.
and I don't like that. I don't like when we combine characters
No.
and change the.
Classic, and I appreciate this movie now so much more when I found out how much chaos there was behind the scenes. That's Predator.
Oh yeah.
Like
All the drama.
all the drama behind, like it was actually supposed to
The
be
delays.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Oh, see, I didn't know that one.
Yeah.
But I think he started his drug situation around that time when they got
Well,
rid of him, right?
Not only that, the suit was so immobile,
Oh,
and he couldn't do none of the stuff.
Sense, yeah.
So they pretty much had to completely change the Predator.
I mean, it kind of launched Arnold's career in a sense because it kind of put him on mainstream where it was like, Arnold's not too.
I don't think that didn't.
It was Terminator, but it was just like, you know how you have a one hit, but you want to see if somebody can do it again.
I wouldn't say Predator. I would go with Terminator because what came from that?
Konnichiwa, Clinton.
What came
Terminator
from that?
2, that was that.
Junius,
That's my favorite.
Hey,
Thanks for joining
Clinton.
us. Let me just go through the list again, man, because there was so many. Eraser's actually one of mine.
Running Man is
Oh,
in my list.
that's
too.
another one.
It's corny. It's a corny movie, man.
But I think if that's
the bodysuit situation just ruined it for me. I'm sorry.
That's true.
It's corny.
I agree.
To me, Arnold Schwarzenegger did what The Rock's doing,
Yeah.
taking everything he can because people at the time would only want him to do muscle-bound stuff.
Yeah.
That's why they didn't use his voice for Barbarian and stuff like that. So yeah. I mean, you can have Running Man if you want to have it in your list.
I just like Running Man just for like the quotes, like just
The Running Man was-
Will I
Running Man
watch
was
if it
pretty-
comes on? Absolutely.
No, I wouldn't.
I will.
wouldn't.
I'll still watch it.
That's
I'll
Total
still watch
Recall. I will watch that.
I'll
It
watch
comes on
it.
TNT every now and
Now
then.
that's one I want Netflix to take and make a show.
What,
What,
Running Man?
Running Man.
That would be
That'd be
dope.
good.
That would be
dope.
a pretty good one.
That'd be good. That'd be awesome.
Netflix is doing the big.
They're doing
Netflix
it
can do
everything,
anything.
Yeah.
They
And
need to put
I
this
like the
show-
fact that
this
actors are
whole
really
network
going
under
there now to do work. Like, Sanaa Lathan has Napoli Ever After coming out
yeah.
I do.
this weekend, which was a book, and she's on Netflix. It's only getting released on Netflix.
Man, it's gonna be good to see her in something because she was my favorite actress for like a. It was a time where she was just really killing it. And she kind of fizzled off a little bit. So it's gonna be interesting to see her again.
Well,
I haven't seen Sanaa Lathan in something in a while.
right. To
There's not
me,
many
what
roles.
Arnold did back then,
That's true.
he did it in a better way than The Rock. Because to me, The Rock sometimes tries a little too hard.
I think he has to try hard, though. And
But
he's now
I
getting the
think he
respect
tries
he
a little
needs to
too
get.
hard. I think The Rock sometimes wants to be an actor.
Well, he's
and-
coming from wrestling, which is acting.
Right.
Sorry.
True.
and Arnold was just like, look, I know my money is in action movies and maybe some comedy.
I like it that The Rock kind of try to diversify and go into other kind of roles that you wouldn't expect him to.
Right.
I mean,
He should never did Pacifier, though. I'm just saying.
Pacifier. You mean
Vin
that's
Diesel.
Vin Diesel?
That was Vin Diesel who did
Yeah.
Pacifier?
Mhm.
My bad.
Are you talking about like
Oh, the other one. He was like the
Tooth Fairy.
the Tooth Fairy. What
Oh,
was
that movie's
that?
terrible. Oh, that is.
Yeah.
He was taking every and anything.
Yeah, this was.
As in Skyscraper this summer.
I didn't see that one, so I can't comment.
But
on
he's
that
done
one.
so much now, though, that now he can demand certain things and bring up certain things. And like when he does in The Ballers, we talked about it last week,
Oh,
he
I
can
love
bring up
Ballers.
issues that he would never would have brought before.
That's true. When he started talking about the Black Lives Matter issue, and I was just like, you really don't hear Rock ever talk about that. And also another thing, when he's dating the black chick in Ballers, you never really saw that in a lot of the Rock's movies.
Because
that
they
he-
never have given him a black woman.
Exactly.
Right.
The only
To
black
act
woman
with
he
him.
had was Janet Jackson at the end of.
And you can't even count that.
He wasn't even
He, was
credited
he
in that
walked
role.
up and said
He
hello
walked
and
up, hello.
smiled. Whatever.
Where's
You
the
know.
sequel at? We're still waiting on that
Made her
sequel.
completely forget about Malika Yoba.
Exactly. She was like, "Oh, your husband did just die."
Yeah, it got hit by a whole entire truck.
Oh Lord, that was a good movie. I really enjoyed that movie for what it was.
Why Did I Get Married Too?
Yeah, 2. I like 1 better, but 2 was just like, okay. That's
The
cool.
only don't hate me, guys. Y'all know I rag on Tyler Perry.
Oh, you got to.
There's only one movie I actually enjoyed from him:
Which one?
The Family That Prays. The one with Sanaa Lathan.
That was a great movie.
That
Kathy
one?
Bates, killing
But
it.
you have to admit, The Diary of a Mad Black Woman was good. Those two, I love Family That Prays.
It introduced
Why you
the
didn't
world.
like it?
Didn't it introduce the world of Medea?
No.
No.
People knew about Medea for a long time.
No, I'm talking
Medea.
about introduced like
cinema-wise.
Cinema-wise, it
I
was
think
like
so,
his
yeah.
first cinema.
Yeah, I think
Was
so.
I think it was his first actual movie with Medea in there. I was like, okay,
Maybe
that
it
was
was. Maybe it was.
Man, them plays used to be, man. When you go back to that, it was used to be an event, man. Going to those Tyler Perry plays. I will.
I wouldn't know.
I never
Dang,
watched
you really
them.
don't. You don't read. You know.
I
I had no interest.
I cannot. I've only really watched a few, which is those two.
Okay, so I saw that one. I saw
and the whole
the family reunion. That was one.
That was his with Why Did I Get Married? Right, that was his.
That was him.
Just because he was in it. Because I love Jill Scott and I love.
I love Jill.
You know.
Speaking on something that happened, we talked about last week. Touched on like he was the completely wrong choice. And if Nas watching, I know she agrees with this because she reads all of these books. But Tyler Perry was the absolute wrong choice for Alex Cross.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, I never know nothing about it, but he's terrible.
I've read all of those books, and I was highly upset. That's why I've never watched the movie because I refused to watch it because they casted him in that movie.
Right, and everybody like
some things you just do not do.
I agree. Like from what I'm hearing, that's a series that should be revisited in cinema. But you got to cast it better.
How did he finesse to even get in that role?
He's Tyler Perry.
When I found out, I was like,
his
what?
studio probably paid for it. You know?
Had to be. He had to be.
You have a big influx of trying to diversify roles.
Right.
And some things, to me, you just do not touch.
And he's one of them. Cause,
well, I mean, he's got the money. And speaking of money, this portion of the show is sponsored by Houston Housewives of Finance. Did you know that only 4 states in the United States offer financial education? 33% of Americans don't pay their bills on time. 39% of Americans carry credit card debt from month to month, and 39% of adults say they don't have enough savings. Don't be one of these statistics. Let Houston Housewives of Finance advise you on increasing your cash flow and becoming your own money manager by scheduling your complimentary personal financial strategy. Contact Houston Housewives of Finance today at 1-844-700-4463 or email us at info@houstonhousewivesoffinance.com. Ask us how you can participate in a complimentary financial literacy workshop near you. Houston Housewives of Finance are the new faces of the new age of financial services. All right. So, what was it, Monday? We just had the Emmys.
Yeah.
Normally, I would have worn my tuxedo shirt, but here's one thing I noticed about this Emmys, and I'm going to get into some of the winners and losers. We had so much diversity in the nominations, but in the actual winners, not at all.
At all. And I was really surprised that Game of Thrones was even nominated because Game of Thrones hasn't even been on the air for a whole year plus. So how did they even make it on here?
But it fell into the category of it was at the year for the show for the award. The last season fell into that category.
So I thought they cut from August to
July.
So now in Game of
made
Thrones
it right
was
at the.
And you got to think last year, and Game of Thrones came back in what, July?
Mm-hmm.
July.
Yeah.
It's been forever since I seen Game of Thrones, man.
It has been. It's ridiculous.
Take my advice. If you sit up there and watch a few episodes, because the rumor has it it's going to drop around May.
I'll take it.
Watch a few episodes a week, and that should get you through all the seasons up to the.
Only 6 episodes. This is depressing.
It'll be longer, though.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
an hour and a half, I think.
I
Something
need
like
more
that.
Game of Thrones. Just give it to me.
So, if y'all don't know, Game of Thrones won Outstanding Drama Series.
Well deserved.
Well deserved. It has some hard competition.
Even though season 7 wasn't the strongest to me, in my opinion.
Well, it
was good, but it was more of like fan service type of season.
Well, it's a climax season.
Well, if you think about it, every other season had a book attached, so they're trying to predict what's going to happen.
Yeah, and then that was my
that just shows you that the quality of writing and trying to have his imagination isn't really there.
Yeah, well, they lost it actually season 6 too. Season 6 was the first one.
The end part, yeah.
Yeah, was the first one that got away from the books. But he's actually told them the ending. He told them the ending.
He hollered with the show writers.
Yeah.
He's too lazy to finish.
But, I mean, it was up. I never saw The Crown. I heard Handmaid's
Crown was good.
Handmaid's Tale is good. I heard.
It is an awesome show, man.
Tough, man.
You haven't seen it?
No.
You need to binge
But you got
it.
Stranger Things, which is a good show. I mean, the second season was okay.
I really enjoyed the second season more.
I did too.
But it was up against Westworld as well.
Ooh.
And I'm like,
no love.
Westworld's, I mean, congrats to
You didn't like
Thandie Newton.
Westworld?
I love Westworld.
Yeah.
Congrats to Thandie Newton for winning Best Supporting Actress.
Great. I'm so glad she finally got some love because she did not get it last year.
She didn't, but I need to put some respect on Jeffrey Wright's name.
Yeah, man. Jeffrey Wright kills it. He kind of sells you on.
Yeah.
He was the person that kind of jumped catapulted season 2 when it started.
Yeah.
Right.
He was the first face you saw, and then the last one you saw. Really.
He's always nominated. He was nominated for Boardwalk Empire as a guest star.
And he killed it on there.
He's a phenomenal.
So I need to know.
He's much better than. I thought, because I remember when he was on, what's that movie? Was it Four Brothers? No, it's not Four Brothers. It's one of those where he was it Shaft? Didn't he play the bad dude in Shaft?
Um,
I believe
He played a bad guy in Shaft. One of them,
in
yes.
the modern one, the remake
one of
with
them, yeah.
Samuel Jackson. And that's when it kind of introduced me to him. So I started checking more of his roles and started getting...
He's been around for a very,
Very
very
long
long
time.
time.
Right.
He
I
has
didn't
a
know that.
great
like
body
I watched,
of work.
was it Basquiat, however you say it.
The artist.
About the painter. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good.
And
that's a
you
really
know,
good
to
one.
watch that, to see him, I'm like, he must got.
He transformed himself
Into
into
the role.
every role he's
Yeah.
in.
And it's
Every
weird
role
because
he's
he has
in.
such a distinct look that you can recognize him, but
He
you see the
transforms
roles
himself.
that you see him.
True.
I even liked him in
But-
Hunger Games, so
Nah,
He actually had
I
some.
liked him in that though.
He
I just liked
didn't
him.
win. Matthew Rice for The Americans.
See, I haven't seen Americans, but that's one
I-
show
I-
I need to
You've never
revisit.
watched it?
Well, it's the last
It's
season.
good.
It's the
I heard
last
it's incredible.
season. So, and my homeboy JC,
It's a really good
says-
show.
he was surprised at how good it was written.
You know how you miss that wave? It's like if you don't catch a show when it was like too many seasons for me to catch up, and I was already watching so much other stuff. So I was like, dang, I can't.
When
fit
it
time.
came out, though, I think it was an influx of a lot of espionage shows, and it almost got pushed
Pushed
aside.
under.
Right.
But that show, every season, every episode got better and better.
and it's on
better.
Netflix, I heard. So I
It's
might
a
need
really
to.
Yeah,
good
it's on
show.
Netflix. I mean, it's on FX, so I mean, it's not no big.
I'm
issue.
talking about, I'm be at work working. Sometimes
Right.
I might just like.
You telling on
pop
yourself.
episode
You
right
telling on
quick.
yourself right now.
But yeah,
I don't do such things.
He
Oh, that's
won
all
Best
good.
Actor, and
I
it was
do.
he was up against Jason Bateman for Ozark, Sterling K. Brown, Milo Venta something, I can't remember his name.
Well,
The kid from Heroes.
from Heroes.
Yeah, his name is Milo or Milo or whatever.
Milo.
Oh,
Okay, I know
yeah.
you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
He was up. He was nominated for
For
This
that
Is Us.
show.
This Is Us.
Yeah, I still haven't seen that show. I heard it's a tearjerker.
Ed
Yeah,
Harris
you're
was
gonna cry
nominated for
every time.
Westworld,
Mhm.
and Jeffrey White.
Hey, Ed
So-
Harris killed it.
So honestly, whoever would have won this, maybe outside of Milo, haven't seen This Is Us. I know Sterling K. Brown kills it.
Mhm.
I've seen Ozark. We saw what Jason Bateman does for Ozark.
He's
Right,
such a good actor.
He does kill it.
he does kill it.
Well, it looks like its Facebook Live portion is wrapping up, and we ask you to subscribe to all our, the show on iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, YouTube, Stitcher, Spotify, and you also can leave us a glowing review on iTunes if you wouldn't mind, telling us how much you love us and how much you want us to continue this greatness. And then also share this with, all your friends, your families, your co-workers, whoever out there, stranger, begging for money on the streets. Tell them, say, hey, watch the intermission. And we'll be here next week, talking about that great stuff. But also, don't forget to donate. Money. We love that good money. It keeps the lights on. It keeps us, our beautiful faces in front of you.
Sorry.
And we like to say, we want to take you out. Jarvis talks about that all the time, taking y'all out.
Well, we done it. We did it last year. We did.
Yeah, we did. Awesome.
I didn't get taken out.
We put it out.
Did you win? That's the problem.
Doesn't matter.
Oh.
I'll just.
No, it doesn't matter. It don't matter. I didn't even participate.
I did. I think I did.
Well, like
I think I
think
missed
we're
it.
looking forward again this year around for Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh, that's gonna be dope.
It's
I
gonna
can't
be
wait.
awesome.
I
It's
can't
gonna
wait.
be good.
Because
It's gonna be awesome.
I should be back from my personal stuff around that time.
Yeah, I
So-
feel you, man. Getting married and all that
It's gonna
beautiful
be
stuff.
so good.
But
So
hey,
good.
it's been nice talking to y'all. Enjoy. Y'all take it easy. We'll see y'all next week, Wednesday. Always popping. Take it easy.
All right. So now certain shows too. One,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna just ask Emmy stop nominating Blackish if y'all ain't gonna let them win shit.
Blackish is the most underrated show, and I hate talking to other, sorry to say this, black people about that because they have this notion that it's a stereotypical show and it's black people trying to be white, and I said it is not that at all. At all. There's so many people I talk to that think that it's a caricature of black lives.
And they haven't even
I'm
watched
like,
it, have
it's
they?
not- They don't watch it.
But I bet they're watching Power and
And, of course,
Insecure
Insecure and
Power, Insecure.
Well, I do
Insecure's a good show.
Yes, I do enjoy it.
It's different, and it's insecure shows are something we don't normally see a lot with black women.
yeah, the psyche of a black woman.
Yeah.
A
The
modern-
the honesty of it is very uncomfortable for so many people, but
Yeah.
it's really honest.
Oh, it's very honest.
But if people who criticize Blackish, it bothers me because you're just gonna sit there and watch Power. You're gonna watch what's the other one?
Oh, Empire.
Empire.
Ooh.
But you're downing. If you think about Blackish, just going back to our Cosby days,
Yeah.
when you had a powerful black
family
family
going
with
through
children who are
situations.
educated, doing their thing. It's exactly a mirror.
It was
The son is like Theo in a
Yeah,
way.
he's
and-
beyond goofy.
and give it to ABC because you got to think we had the Cosbys. Now we had something that tried to replicate that Cosby formula for a second. My Wife and My Kids.
I like My Wife and
I did
Kids
too.
though. I did like My Wife and Kids. We go through phases of they want more African American content on TV, then you give it to them, they criticize it. It's
Right.
not black enough. It's not this and that. It's like, what do you want?
My issue is like this: they're nominated every year.
Oh, it's hot, Lord.
There you go.
It's like the I'm sorry, y'all. I'm perspiring.
But they're nominated every year. Not only the show, but Tracy Ellis Ross, Anthony Anderson.
She's
and,
amazing.
and they never
She's so
win.
beautiful. Well, she's won, right?
She's won.
She's
last
won.
She won-
year
she
or the
won-
year before last?
She won the first year they were on.
Yeah, I want to say she won one time.
I don't know. Do y'all watch Grownish?
I haven't watched.
I haven't watched Grownish.
That's a great show. For the fact is, I like it that it's a modern. It reminds me of like how you talked about the Cosbys, but you talked about how what's the word I'm looking for?
Different world, maybe.
It reminds me of Different World. How
Right.
it
It's-
takes a spin on how kids
it's the
are
same
now.
formula.
Well, here's what won Outstanding Comedy Series: The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, which pretty much cleaned it up for the Emmys.
It's really a good show, though.
Cool, but like looking at some of these series they was against Atlanta. Like I don't think Atlanta won for anything.
It should have, because the second season was better than the first season. The way that he kind of made it more of a, it's not a linear storytelling. It was more like unorthodox, his approach of each episode.
Well, this is how they pacify people. I'll nominate your show.
But we're not going.
So you can't say you're not nominated, but I'm not going to give it to you.
Right. It had Atlanta, Barry, Blackish, Curb Your Enthusiasm, Glow, Silicon Valley, which I love, Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
Never watched it.
I like that show.
It was really good.
Like I said, these were all pretty good. The Barry one's okay to me. I used to watch Curb Your Enthusiasm back when it on its original run because I'm a Seinfeld kid. I grew up watching Seinfeld. So, all right, Miss Mason, that's whatever. Assassination of Gianni Versace won Best Limited Series.
That was a great
It was good,
series.
though.
That was a
It was
good
really
series.
good.
That show went under the radar too, because there's a lot of people that didn't watch it because they thought that they didn't know that the first season when they talked about OJ or whatever, they didn't know that it was going to be, this was the actual sequel. And I know a lot of people I work with was talking about, well, I didn't even know it continued. I was like, yeah, you should go check it out.
It was really, really good.
And I'm interested in what's going to be the next one now. Maybe the Menendez brothers or something like that.
Oh, that would be awesome. The
Yeah.
Menendez brothers.
So maybe that's what the next one will be about, which should be interesting. The only limited series that I recognized was The Alienist and Genius Picasso, which it beat out.
I didn't watch the Genius, but I watched
I've never seen that
Aliens.
one.
I watched it, and I give Antonio Banderas, he did his thing with that. Variety talk show series, Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. I'm ready for it to come back because that's one of my favorite shows. Let's
I
see.
don't watch any of those Tonight shows. Really.
Me neither.
Well, it's on Sunday. You know,
It's football time.
And the cool thing with HBO is the moment they have something in the original programming,
Mhm.
you can go back and
Oh,
watch
so you
it.
can get on the
Yeah,
what
the
you call
HBO
it?
Go.
There you go.
Yeah, you can watch Pushing Daisies.
Yeah, you can go way back there and watch on old shows.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
I need
with
to go
HBO
download
yeah,
that.
Yeah,
'Cause
with
I need to go watch
I think
Six
I have
Feet
HBO
Under.
Go.
yeah, you got HBO.
I never watched
Ooh, I
6
love
Feet
that
Under, and I heard
show.
it's really good. My
That's
dad
a-
really
Yeah.
watched
I
that.
love
You can
that
watch
show.
all that with HBO Go. Like everything that's original content, you can watch there.
I need to go check it out.
So
Put it on your phone and
yes,
Yeah, because I have the Direct TV Now app, so they kind of limit everything that's under HBO. So
Right.
I need to go get that.
well, as more channels get into their own,
Yeah, because see, FX one got one.
yeah, everyone's talking about the Disney one, but now there's rumor that Disney's not going to put all their content because they not going to put the R-rated content on there.
Do you want to talk about that? About what Disney just released today? That they're doing a series over Loki and Scarlet Witch. Now that's interesting.
yeah.
Yeah.
And they're gonna make appearance. Are they gonna be? And they're gonna make appearances.
No, they're actually it's gonna be a show that
Really?
features them. Yeah.
I saw
and
that.
Tom Hiddleston and
I saw that.
Elizabeth Olsen. So they're gonna have their own TV show. I mean, I guess it was like 6 episodes per character.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting if you see a Hawkeye or see like a Vision gets his little
Right.
6 episodes.
So they're gonna do a limited series, like a mini. I like the limited series thing.
I'm to the point now. I think the 12 12 episode series is pretty much dead.
It is.
Only a few shows can pull it off.
Iron Fist did 10 episodes, and I thought that was smart because I think that's what
The Netflix shows need.
what's that Luke Cage suffered from. It was too many episodes. I say, okay, you
Yeah.
can condense this a little bit better, and you can kind of make it more, I guess, more appealing with those less, episodes.
Well, that's the problem with most of the Netflix shows that most people say about all the Marvel shows. Even the second season of Daredevil.
That it's too long.
Yeah, they said the Elektra storyline didn't need to be that long. The Punisher storyline was great.
Was great.
And honestly, he needed 12 episodes.
He needed 12.
Yeah,
I could
absolutely.
3 more episodes.
But
Give more.
Absolutely.
But thing was, what the Punisher did that the other shows didn't was it took its secondary story and introduced it at the beginning of the season. So like the things that happened with the second story with the crazy guy, with the PTSD.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
We saw the beginning of that in the first episode.
I wonder is he gonna get another 13 episodes or he gonna get 10? Because they just wrapped up, I believe.
Right. Well, we get Daredevil in this fall.
Whew, God, I can't wait, man.
But before we continue, this portion of the show is sponsored by KOG and Company. Are your unique gifts and talents changing the world? Unleash Your Dopeness is a people empowerment movement built to encourage the masses to operate outside of their fears and have the gall to recklessly pursue their dreams and passions in life. Join thousands of others as we unlock the greatness that dwells inside them. Shop dope gear at KOGpassion.com. That's KOGpassion.com. And use coupon code DOPE with exclamation mark for 10% off exclusive Unleash Your Dopeness apparel. Act now, sizes are selling out fast.
I can't wait for Daredevil because it's like, where has he been since the Defenders? That
Right.
building fell on him or whatever.
Right.
With him and Elektra.
So we're about to see. I wonder who they're going to introduce. Because, Daredevil has actually been really good at introducing other characters.
Who else could they introduce? Moon Knight?
But
that's way too early.
No, I
have
think
to,
it's
I have
time.
to confess, I have not finished Daredevil.
Mm.
Yeah,
First or second season?
second.
So
The second,
once you hit the Elektra storyline,
It kinda-
it slows
down.
It's hard to.
So when you get like
catch
to the
up.
end of it, it's better. It's like that middle part drags, and I'm just like,
Because
ooh.
Yeah, I
the
need to
Punisher
catch up.
comes back and
And he
I need to
fucks
catch up.
shit up.
and this is where Marvel just has this thing with casting. Oh yeah, and it's not entirely true about Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
What do
they
you
were-
mean? What's going on?
Well, they were
Like-
saying that he left.
Oh yeah, I know that.
Like,
What's not entirely true.
Everybody's like, no. What happened was he had to turn down the cameo for Shazam because he's filming The Witcher.
Okay.
So everyone took that as him basically turning
Yeah.
down future projects.
And they were talking about he's trying to do like contract negotiations. He's probably trying to get that Robert Downey Jr. money. Like, hey man, I kind of launched
Robert
your
Downey
universe.
Jr. made a
Right.
deal like Jack Nicholson did when he did Joker. He's
Ooh.
making money hand over fist.
Smart,
Right.
smart. Give me that back end
Jack
money.
Nicholson's still making money off of his Joker.
Right.
I mean,
Every time you hear that Prince song, give me that money.
yeah.
Say me and
So
Prince.
I'm not
Right.
mad at him at all.
But yeah, man.
Not
So
mad at him at all.
basically, Tandy Newton and Regina King won for
That was awesome.
what's the
Oh,
series?
7
seconds.
Oh,
7
I'm
seconds.
so glad she won because
I'm
She
glad you won.
deserves it.
I have no desire to watch the series.
watched 3 episodes, but I never finished. But she was incredible in there. It's just good to see her in her form of
Right.
acting again because she really was doing more voiceover for a while.
Well, no, she did something. She had like that cop show. She was playing a cop on something, one of them TNT shows.
I can't remember the name, but yeah,
Yeah,
she's been working.
yeah, she's been
Oh,
nonstop.
working.
dang, I didn't even know that was.
Yeah, she's
Excuse me,
been
sorry.
working nonstop. Absolutely.
But
Well, get your money.
She's well appreciated and definitely deserved this award. I just couldn't watch the series because I knew how I was going to feel watching the series.
Yeah, and they said
it's a hard watch,
Yeah.
but she does a phenomenal. I mean, when you watch her, you're into the show.
Sucks they didn't renew
It
her.
sucks you completely in. It's really, really
Right,
good.
just like,
so
you know,
good.
It took me like 3 years to see 12 Years a Slave. I saw it. I was like, all right, good.
I read the book. I can't.
I love the movie. Hey man,
I
that
can't. It's
movie-
like Passion of the Christ. I can't. I watched it one time. I can never.
Right,
do it
yeah.
again. I can
saw
never
it.
do
I'm
it
good.
again.
And I knew the director because he directed one of my favorite Michael Fassbender movies, Shane.
Mhm.
It's the same director.
That is literally the reason why I watched 12 Years a Slave
Yeah.
because Michael Fassbender was a slave owner. I was like, I have to see this man
And he's such a dynamic
because he's
actor.
such a good actor. So I was like, can he convince me of being a slave? I was like, oh,
and
dang.
with this director, he's he brings that out with guys. He's got to have Christian Bale lose the weight.
Lose the weight from Machinist.
He lost a lot of weight from Machinist.
And he actually said he didn't want Christian Bale to do that. Christian Bale wanted to do that. He felt this is what he needed to do.
Don't you just love it when the actor just says, I'm fully going to commit to this role and do
very few
whatever
do
it takes.
that, though.
I mean, that's why I like
Tom Cruise.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Oh.
That's the
That
epitome.
dude,
That's
man.
it.
Hey, that's the creme de
He
la
had to
creme. That's the top of the...
Take months off, a year off after he does a role.
Right.
They were saying how much time it took him to get ready for Lincoln. I like it how he, takes time off before he picks a role. But when he was doing Lincoln, they said that he went to some kind of scholar and studied for 6 months on his mannerisms, his speech, and all that. I was like, man, he did convince me.
He is a phenomenal.
And I'm sorry,
actor.
Butcher Bill is still one of my favorite characters.
Oh yeah, he was,
like
he's
Yeah.
such. It's
he's a dynamic.
I just
actor.
can't wait.
He's retired now. I don't really think he's going to retire though. After the designer movie that came out last year.
I know you're talking about. Yeah,
He said he's retired.
I think the
so.
right director can make him.
yeah,
in
he
the
can
right
pull you
script.
right back out.
I
Pull
think
you.
it's all about the script. I think it's all
Yeah.
about the script.
That's true.
Well, I think it's both. The script. I
But
think it has to.
there's not great.
Martin Scorsese come knock on his door. Hey, Daniel.
Yeah, who
Hey,
would?
Daniel.
He can call me.
I'm
Yes,
coming.
sir.
Hey,
You say-
what you want me to do?
do?
You say Scorsese. I think it can be David Finch. Can probably get him.
Hey, David Fincher, man, he underrated director.
Yeah.
That's one that flies on the radar.
Right. So, anyways, look up your list of Emmy winners. A lot of stuff I was just.
Oh, and then also we had an appearance from whatchamacallit from Atlanta. Oh, what is his
The
name?
dude, the
Oh, the one that played.
yeah.
Oh, what is
That
his
is
name?
creepy. I'm
That
sorry.
was so funny just to see
That is
him in
some
the
creepy
Yeah.
shit.
It
I
was
can't.
it was funny
I
because it was
cannot.
like, well, Donald Glover's over there, so who's playing
It was
him?
creepy.
Right.
It was
It was
so
it was pretty
creepy.
cool. It was
when
pretty
they
cool.
scanned it, I was like, oh.
I was
take
like,
it
oh.
away. Take it off. Take it off.
Is that Michael?
Take it
What's
off. Take
going
it
on?
off.
Right.
That is creepy.
But definitely check out the full list of Emmy winners. Like I said, I was a little disappointed. Some of the stuff I felt should have won.
Did not win.
Did
And
not
you know
win.
that's how it goes.
And
Oscar.
they
MTV
they tend to
Movie
favor one or two particular shows or something like that.
Absolutely.
It was obviously The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. That was winning everything. Godless was winning a
But it was
lot.
like 2 years ago that there was nothing but minorities winning those awards, wasn't it? Like maybe 2-3 years ago.
Yeah, that's when.
So I mean, they're gonna give it to you, and then it's like, okay,
okay, that's enough.
we'll nominate you, but that's
'Cause
okay.
I
That's
still
it.
think it's criminal, and I'm gonna say this. What's that show? Queen Sugar just never gets nominated, and I think that film is just like This Is Us. It's one of those emotional shows that pulls on your heartstrings, but doesn't
you have
get
to
enough
pick
attention.
one. Will you nominate Queen Sugar or This Is Us? This Is Us has a bigger fan
That's
base.
the problem. I
so
mean,
you
well,
you
that's
can't
not the
put both
problem.
of them. They're gonna
Right.
put that one, but that's one that
If
everybody
Queen
wants
Sugar
to
was on a
watch.
different network,
Oh yeah, it'll be killing it.
it will probably be nominated.
It'll be killing
It's on
it.
WB, right?
No, it's on.
On OWN.
So honestly,
well.
Well,
that's
so it really
on.
gets no love.
I have to actually put that a little bit more on the owner of OWN, whoever that is.
We looking
Hey.
at you.
I'm not.
Oprah?
I'm not. I'm
Because-
not making eye contact with you.
Because
Donate to our show.
the network makes the Emmy push, just like with Oscars. The studios make the push for their movies to be in this category. The networks make push for their own shows. So OWN needs to start pushing. Okay, this is one of our best shows, Queen Sugar. Push it. Start pushing. Say, we need to be
I
nominated.
wonder who's in charge of pushing it.
Because they need to push that show, the other show that's on there. Oh my God! And
The
it
Church?
escapes. No, it's Greenleaf is a great one, but it's the one that just went off with.
Have nots.
Oh, Love Is.
Yeah.
They need to push that show. You never
Oh, Love Is. Yeah, that's.
Did you watch it?
No.
That you should
I've
watch
seen
it.
clips of it.
You should really watch it. The lady she created Girlfriends. She
Yeah, I've
also
seen
Be
clips
Married and all
of it. They had the whole issue with the clip where the child's mom comes in the house fussing and
Oh yeah, that was good. Ooh, good
and then
scene.
the mom fussing at him and her. I was like, oh, that's some good
Oh,
stuff.
I just love it, man. I just love to see our people on TV. Dang,
I mean,
get your money, black people.
And I love to see us do different stuff.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
diversify and give us give them a role that you don't think that we could kill.
But we're the main ones who complain when we do some diversity. Then you complain.
It's like,
it's
I
not-
don't wanna see that
I don't want to
thing.
see this. Then what you want?
Then what
I mean,
you want?
what do you want us to give you?
I'm like, I've been pushing y'all.
we talking to you.
Y'all, I've been pushing everybody to watch Westworld because I say Jeffrey Wright needs more attention. I remember him Boardwalking Empire as a Dr. Narcissus. Like he had one of the best lines in the entire series. Only kings understand each other.
He's a cold actor,
I'm
but
like,
we won't watch it. It was like, ooh, that show with the
We
robots.
won't, but I'm telling you, other people know and respect him for his craft.
Right.
It's just we are so stuck
In
on
his
certain
box.
actors.
Well, we're stuck on I won't say we as a whole, cause I say maybe 50%, cause 50% knows who he is.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of us who know people like Jeffrey Wright, who knew Mahershala Ali before Moonlight.
That's true.
Who remember him on the 4400.
That's true.
Yeah, he was good on that.
So who remember him in Benjamin Button?
Oh yeah.
Hey, he was
Yeah,
awesome
yeah.
in Benjamin Button, and
Yes.
my girl Taraji P was
Right.
killing it.
So
yes.
we know
Strong
these
black
actors,
mama.
and the thing is, I'm always pushing for a lot of these actors because we see it all the time. Crap, I can't remember this actor's name. He was in Underground, but you seen him in a lot of stuff. I can't remember his name. This is the guy I want to be Jon Stewart in DC's.
He was in Underground.
Yeah,
Oh, the show that was on.
WGN.
I know you're talking about. They got another one that bit the dust.
If I can, let me find the actor's name because he's got that strong jawline, a military jawline,
Mm-hmm.
I know who you're talking about.
Oh.
Let me go look. Let me look.
and he's been
Aldous
acting.
Hodge.
Yes,
Yes.
Aldous Hodge,
Yeah, he's good.
and he's been,
Oh, he would be a nice Jon Stewart.
he's
Hey,
been
good.
doing good work constantly.
He'd be a dope Blade.
He would be.
He'd be a dope
Oh.
Blade, man. I'm
But
just looking
also-
at his features. He can pull off a. He coming in the night, slice you up.
Also,
Oh yeah,
he's got the height.
6'1". Yeah, give it to him.
Yeah, he's got the height,
Yeah.
and I think this is one of those guys that needs a bigger role.
Man, it's just I can't wait, man, until we just break that forefront and all the talent that we have just floods to the scene, man, and we just, it's gonna be beautiful.
It's happening, and we're gonna get there. I mean,
Slowly but surely.
we all remember watching The Wire and seeing Wallace,
Yeah,
and look where he's at now.
I see you. I see you.
Yeah.
and
I see you, Michael.
and then the other Michael T. Williams, Omar,
Mm-hmm.
doing everything. Boardwalk Empire.
Oh yeah, he did kill it on a boardwalk.
I mean, he's just
Off topic. I heard they're gonna redo Child's Play, right?
Hmm.
They're gonna remake Child's Play.
With Chucky?
I've heard, yeah.
Yeah,
I've
with
heard
the with the
Why?
with the woman from Parks and Rec, the real crazy dark haired girl, Audrey something.
yeah, Audrey
and the guy
Plaza
from
or something.
Atlanta, Tyree Henry.
Brian Tyree.
Yeah, they're gonna do.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
It just popped into my head. Yeah, they're gonna.
But
do
it's
that.
like Child's Play. Do you think? What do you think?
Don't change Chucky though. If it keep the original Chucky look.
I'm just like, how would that do? Well, it did good, and I really didn't think that movie was gonna do nothing. I was like, nobody wants to see a clown.
I was excited once I saw it.
But when I saw the trailer, I was like,
Yeah.
oh,
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Now
They
I'm
did a
really
really
interested.
good job. They did
Also,
a really good
yeah,
job.
Child's
I
Play.
mean,
I'm
some
down
of these
with it.
remakes been really good. Even when they redid Friday the 13th with Jared Padalecki from Supernatural. That was a good Friday the 13th.
It really was. But my whole thing with Chucky is if they don't do it modern and do it more of a 80s setting and just do it as a like how it was
Yeah.
based in the 80s, but it was just like okay, everything was updated a little bit more cleaner, a little bit more. I guess it kind of pulled on your nerve a little bit more. And I was
Right.
like, I want to see that because no one playing with dolls nowadays. Like I'm
Right.
just checking for a doll.
Dolls are still scary, man.
Are
Look
they
at
still
Annabelle. Annabelle still freaks me
Didn't
out.
see
I'm
that
sorry.
one.
What?
Didn't see that one.
Why?
Nah, I'm not a fan of scary. I'm not a fan of being scared.
I love horror movies.
I love it because I love the old, but I don't like people.
I love
don't like
horror
paying
movies.
for being scared.
I love it. It's the best thing ever.
All right, so we're pretty much the fall ends. Well, fall begins this week.
Mm-hmm. It sure
oh,
does.
it does.
So now that we're pretty much about to start moving to our fall season, going back, looking over the summer, what are some of your highs and lows?
Highs is that Mission Impossible movie. Just crossed over and being the highest grossing Mission Impossible movie in the U.S. and worldwide. That movie was awesome. Just to see Tom Cruise is killing it, man. He's still killing it. There was a point in time, I remember 2010, Night and Day came out, and everybody was like, oh, it's over for Tom Cruise. And it's like 10
Mummy
years,
almost
8
ruined
years
it
later.
for me for Tom Cruise.
Which one?
Mummy.
Mummy. Oh,
Yeah,
that
was
movie.
last year. So
That movie was terrible, but it was just like he was still good
He
in
can
the
afford
role.
to do a few terrible things, though.
That's true.
Unfortunately, he can still do. A few
But it was
terrible
good.
Things.
It's good to see him, and then Henry Cavill or whatever, however he wants to name it, pronounce his name. It's good to see that he was in another role
I
that
think-
got more attention because
Yeah.
I
that
think
one.
he was the driving force for that movie.
He was.
I don't think that movie would have done as well without Henry Cavill.
And you see why? That's why he's like, hey, guess what, WB? I don't want to be Superman anymore.
But I think
Give me more money.
actors know you get if you don't do other roles,
Mm-hmm.
you will get caught up in. That's all they know you for.
Yeah, all you
like
know
look
for
at
Superman.
with Wolverine.
Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman. He had to break away because
He did.
if he didn't, that's all you would know.
After
him
the
for.
first X-Men, he did a movie. And I need him to work some more with
Swordfish, wasn't it?
The Prestige.
But
That
he
was
did
an
that.
awesome
But he did
movie.
after X2. He did Prestige. 'cause-
Okay, well, yeah.
I loved
can't-
it.
Oh,
I
Prestige
loved
is
it.
a phenomenal. Christopher Nolan.
I need him to go back to working with Christopher Nolan because
It's a
that
good
was
book
a
too, but it's an
great
awesome
He was
movie.
good in that movie with Jake Gyllenhaal, Prisoners.
Prisoners. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
he's
yeah.
a really good actor. And it's good to see that. And
But
once
people,
again,
you know, the culture of people who don't really watch or know, they only see one
One
thing.
movie.
They don't want to see him do anything
else, like we only want to see Keanu
That's my
Reeves
worry
playing-
with the Black Panther cast.
Oh yeah, with
They've all done so much other work,
Mhm.
but they're beyond that.
Yeah, T'Challa, he still gets his love. He still gets his love for being,
So you call him
James
T'Challa?
Brown and all that good stuff.
And Michael
Oh,
B.
I'm
Jordan.
I'm
See,
sorry.
you do it right now. His name ain't T'Challa. Stop it.
Michael B. Jordan gets love for, I think.
So he fine. I'm sorry.
That's why he gets his love. Oh, look, there we go.
Anyways.
They falling out the seat.
No, really, it's not my.
I'm
not my
gonna say
thing.
for Creed.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah.
Fruitvale Station put him on the map.
What I know him best
Absolutely,
from is from
absolutely.
Friday Night Lights because that show was awesome.
Yeah, that was. But I remember him at Wallace.
that was
from the
yeah,
Wire.
yeah.
Get your money, black man.
Some low points.
Low points, man. Jurassic Park was terrible.
Yeah.
I was disappointed.
Oh
Jurassic
man,
Park.
it started off so good.
I was
"Ooh, wow, that's a
disappointed.
nice little intro. Got the
Like
the whale.
they forced that.
Yeah.
Like,
They
why
They
are
forced
you-
a lot of these
Jurassic
movies.
World was a big disappointment for me. Happy Time Murders.
Didn't see it, so it couldn't disappoint me.
Honestly, you know, we try to not say this too much on the show. I'll say it on this show. Fire Stick it. Don't even try to rent it.
Mm.
Watch it on the Fire Stick.
Really?
Yeah,
I haven't seen it yet.
it is.
I never had a draw to see that one, so. I don't know.
Well, I was interested in the whole, you know, Muppets behind closed doors or
Yeah.
outside, away from the show, and they just.
Well, you know what else came out in 2018? I feel like I ain't seen enough movies.
Hotel Artemis was garbage.
Really?
Yeah, the ideal was good. The scripts, Sterling K. Brown was good. Dave Bautista and Sterling K. Brown had probably the best roles.
My high this summer was Ready Player One
Easily.
that was
Easily
my
one of
high.
Easily.
because I've read the book multiple times.
Right.
But I was able to watch, and, you know, my job, we talk about it like, hey, have you seen it? I don't know. I'm worried about it because they went really heavy with the whole pop culture.
Mhm.
And it's not as heavy in the book.
Mhm.
And the book gives you a great
Well-
background on the students. They took a good bit out of building the characters.
Right. They took a lot of pop culture out, though, from the books, too.
They did, but it was still, it was pop heavy for the movie.
Even the movie. Do you think the movie hit you over the head with the whole pop culture stuff? Because I think it did it subtly, and it.
I guess I read the book. I knew it was coming, so it didn't
Okay.
bother me. But the book was phenomenal for me, and so the movie, I was not mad. And that's rare for me to see a book go to film and not be upset about it.
And they had to change
So
so
that
much
was a
'cause
really good high for me.
The only part I had was they focused so much on the relationship and stuff like that.
Yeah, that was way too much of that.
And it was way too early, so.
And the friend, his
H.
H,
Yeah.
they didn't
Build their
they didn't build enough of that because H, when you read the book, the build
It's
up
so
is
important.
so important.
Yeah.
That
See,
character.
And that's my problem. And that's what my problem was with movies for a while. And we talked about it a few times when I got on here. That's why I start drawing more to TV. You kind of flesh out more story,
Character
more
development.
character and stuff like that. That's what I enjoyed. But movies, you get 2 hours.
Speaking of which, this was my surprise summer hit. Cloak and Dagger. Off Freeform.
Man, I did not watch that.
Cloak
I
and-
heard it was amazing.
Cloak
Everybody
and
was-
Dagger was my surprise summer hit. Hands down.
What is my?
And I'm like, I didn't have that teenage angst that you get from
Rewatch it.
Gifted or whatever.
I
Like
have to watch it because
the stuff that happens in
I'm
Cloak
bullish
and
on that
Dagger. One, I love the setting. New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're not going to Chicago, we're not going to LA or New York or Atlanta. We're going to a city that doesn't quite get enough love as it should. Everybody loves to go there, but there's not much film there.
Well, they were filming heavy at
Oh,
one
they
time.
filming. Oh, they filming
It's
real
cheap.
heavy in
It's-
Atlanta now.
You're right.
They
Yeah.
building it up as the new Hollywood.
Right. Well, they got the tax incentives, though. That's the thing that really helps stuff move around. It's the taxes, the film tax.
True.
It's the reason why The Blind Side wasn't filmed in Memphis, but filmed in Atlanta.
Oh, you feeling
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 some type
salty
of way?
about it? Is it hurting you deep?
I was just like, oh, that's Dixie Holmes. Like, that's not Dixie Holmes.
Surprise. I mean, I don't know if you want to take it TV wise. Love Is that's the only new thing that I kind of just latched on to.
Yeah.
And I thought that show was phenomenal. I think it's easily one of the best shows I've watched in the past 5 years because it just hits on an emotional level.
Right.
For me being in a relationship, it speaks on things that I don't think that we speak on enough of struggle and from coming out of depression back in February or whatnot. Just seeing a guy go through hard times but still trying to break free of that spoke to me, and I really enjoyed that show. So that was a surprise hit.
Well, no, not for me. Sorry. I was big on Handmaid's Tale.
That movie is just
Handmaid's
too tough,
Tale.
man.
Y'all need to go to Hulu and watch Harlots.
Oh, the other summer show that got me, and it just finished up. Castle Rock.
Castle Rock's phenomenal.
It starts off.
Talked about it every episode. I still haven't watched.
You
I gotta get Hulu.
Are you a King fan though?
Are you if you're a Stephen King fan?
I'm not
And,
a horror fan.
and there's
so.
another book coming out. I told you about the book coming out.
Yeah.
That's going to kind of follow right behind this. It's really good. Castle Rock is great.
Like
It's really, really
just
good.
like I'm thinking with the next season, they may actually bring Dr. Sleep in.
Well, they're making a movie for Dr. Sleep.
So
They're making a movie for Dr. Sleep. They're casting that movie right now.
I mean, like Stephen.
But I can see them bringing Danny in some type of way.
Right.
And then all of a sudden the movie comes out a few months later.
Especially
I can
with
see that.
the little sound that they kept hearing.
Oh yeah, that's
So
I
Fire the
gotta
Beam.
watch it.
like
man.
it's
There's
cool.
so much content out there.
and I wouldn't be surprised because I'm a super King fan. If you follow King's books and movies, everything is the exact same trail. And so, the Beam and 19 and all the numbers and what goes
Right.
on, I bet you that noise may be, like you said, something along those lines.
So, I'm trying to think. Ready Player One, Mission Impossible, of course, Infinity War.
Oh, Incredibles was awesome. Incredibles.
Incredibles was so
I really
cool.
enjoy Incredibles.
I
I
haven't
did
seen
too.
it yet.
What? Man,
Now,
I had to take the
I
little
haven't
one to
seen
go
it
see
yet.
it.
this
I haven't seen
one
it.
got ragged on, but I think it got ragged on because of how much time there was with this movie.
Dip it?
Solo.
I really enjoyed
I
it.
loved it.
I loved.
I watched it again
I
last
think-
night, actually.
I think
loved
the
it.
problem with Solo was we've never had Star Wars movies come out this close together.
True. And it came out during the summer. Usually
Yeah,
Star
it-
Wars movies
it-
come out in like December.
Well,
Yeah.
it came out in May. We just had Last Jedi in December.
No, that's what I'm saying. Most
It
people,
was so close
it was
together.
so close together.
I would appreciate if they would have just took Solo and made that, because like Rogue One came out in December.
And I love Rogue One.
I think if they would have took Solo and just put that as a December, let's say, all right, we'll just do Star Wars once a year in December. Let that be the holiday.
And a
movie.
lot of people complain. I didn't mean to speak out, but
Oh, no, you
a lot
didn't.
of people complain that they didn't like the guy who played the main character. Can't think. I'm drawing a blank right now. But he didn't play a convincing Harrison Ford. But I was like, he didn't have to. He played his own iteration of that character, and I like how he kind of.
But Harrison Ford, when you meet Solo, when we met him years ago, he's already into himself.
Mhm.
Solo is building up into who he needs to be. So you're not going to be Harrison Ford.
Right.
You can't fill Harrison Ford's shoes.
And the crazy thing was, and I noticed this as I rewatched it earlier, was it last week? The character, like Harrison Ford, has a scar on his chin.
Mhm.
They actually put that scar on the actor.
I didn't even notice that. Now I got to look at that. I didn't even look at that detail.
And the scar doesn't have had that scar, but because Harrison Ford has it, they put that scar on him as well.
Well, this portion of the show is sponsored by The Spear. Are you starting your business and looking for a place to advertise? Do you need to reach out to 1,000 of people across the world and to build your brand and sell your product? If so, get your product placement and advertising needs handled right here at The Spear. We offer a wide variety of content delivery platforms, including iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, YouTube, and Stitcher. Plus, we have a vast demographic reach within the United States as well as modern countries across the globe. Our enriched content and inspiring dialogue, coupled with our strategic and surely to hit the mark every time. Call us today at area code 832-772-7789 or send an email over at advertise@thespear.tv.
Hit us
Oh, .tv. I'm sorry, y'all.
All right, now we're going to go ahead and get to the trailer. We was actually going to do 2 trailers.
Okay.
But I'm going to save the one that Howard.
Oh, yeah,
put
we can
up.
say that for later.
We're going to save that for next week. Howard get well soon, by the way.
Ugh.
You are so
Oh,
wrong
the
for that.
tummy hurts.
So we're going to talk about Captain Marvel, which obviously that dropped Was it yesterday?
Day before.
Day before. Okay.
Yes.
Surprisingly, because I was like, man, I was just searching through YouTube like.
Well,
I normally
I was
do.
surprised they did it for the morning because normally Marvel trailers drop at
At
night.
at night or afternoon.
Like it's
They
usually
wanna get
Jimmy
the-
I
Kimmel.
was so excited when I saw it.
Good Morning America.
I was
That
like, George, you see this?
I was like,
yeah.
what? It opens up. She falls into a blockbuster. There's no, like,
you know they were
The
trying to
old
say.
school blockbuster with the video.
you're
on
right.
there.
They were
The
trying to-
old school one.
They were trying to make sure, hey, y'all, this is the '90s.
Yeah.
Get ready.
And I found my old blockbuster card when I saw it.
I mean, I used to love Friday nights going to go rent me a game. Shoot,
Hollywood Video.
man. Blockbuster and pizza, bro. That was the
life, man.
That was
Chris
a Friday
Warren.
night.
Life was so easy back in the day, man.
Hate adulting.
The more I watched the trailer, the more I felt better about it. Initially, I was underwhelmed, like I
Okay.
told y'all.
I can
before.
understand.
But one thing I have to give Marvel, and maybe it's also Industrial Light and Magic. That's their special effects.
Mhm.
There's actually a documentary on them, how they get started and the stuff they've done.
Mm-hmm.
To de-age not only Nick Fury, but Agent Coulson as well.
They honestly look like they threw a wig on him, and they was because he already looks young. If you ever look at him,
Coulson?
he looks young in real life. Like he really looks like
He has
young.
a youthful face. Yeah.
But you just threw some young looking hair since you don't have receding hairline anymore. But you're right, because Ant-Man, what else?
Kirk Douglas, yeah. When they did,
Yeah, Kirk Douglas on Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Now it sucked on Robert Downey Jr. when they did it in what was that, Civil War.
Well, the thing was, you got to remember that wasn't with the other ones we were seeing actually them. That was a hologram, so it wasn't supposed to necessarily look like.
Oh, okay, yeah,
completely,
okay, I get what you're saying.
yeah.
They did do a good job. Nick Fury looks super young. He looks like Samuel Jackson looks better de-aged than he did in the 90s. Because
Don't let him hear you say that.
You motherfucker.
Curse you out, yeah.
We all remember him as Gator on Jungle Fever.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm a crack.
Yes.
Hey, he was always look aged, man.
Yeah, he's like Morgan
Him
Freeman.
and
like,
Morgan Freeman have always looked old.
They
yeah.
look the same
Got that
age.
old, hey man, I love Morgan. Speaking of Morgan Freeman, I just love Morgan Freeman on what's that, Wanted? I watched Wanted the other day.
Shoot this motherfucker.
Yes.
Oh man, such a treasure that movie.
Oh, but like I said, with this trailer, I mean, we see so much, and it gives almost that Marvel for the people who don't know this.
Formulaic thing.
I just hope they didn't give
What-
too much because I hate
what-
when they give too
They
much.
didn't give enough. Honestly, that's what people
Well,
That's
complain
what,
about.
and that's how it should be. You shouldn't give too much in a
And that's why I
trailer.
liked it.
Well,
You
the thing
shouldn't give
is,
too much.
I like that they're going with this character. I like how they did this trailer because now more people are probably hitting the internet looking up this. Why she hit this old woman?
Yeah, why she smacked this
Focus
old
on the
lady
wrong
like this?
stuff. Focus.
Right.
Focus, people.
Right. It's a scroll. You got to understand what scrolls are.
Yeah, what is that green
But
thing
what
walking
kills
around?
me though, like with the whole hoopla with other Marvel and DC movies, people who do not read or follow comics and complain.
Oh yeah, they just complain just to complain.
Right.
I mean, slit my wrist and throw salt.
Oh
on it.
man, it's
Stop.
pitiful because it's like I love it because if you're a true comic book fan, you know there's always different iterations of that character.
Yeah.
And
Right.
people have their own spin, their own take, and Marvel does that.
Well-
they said, guess what? It doesn't have to be just like the comic book. This is like a comic book in a way.
I agree to that to a point. I used to say this in the beginning of the show, so I'm gonna bring this back. Fuck you, Bryan Singer, for doing that to my X-Men.
Oh, what? Putting them in leather?
Well, now that he changed the complete X-Men.
Oh, I hate
Totally
Bryan
messed
Singer's
up.
movies.
I mean,
If we can go back in time and
redo
redo
it all.
well,
that
God.
particular.
hopefully they're gonna
Let's start with Matthew Vaughn straight out the gate. Just
Yeah,
give him
just-
the movie because I like what he did with First Class.
Well, that's still Singer.
No, that was Matthew Vaughn that directed First Class.
Okay, but Singer came back.
Oh yeah, he and ruined it again.
So, I mean, I was just like, bro, do you not realize like characters you're leaving out had strong storylines, and that we don't even see them.
Storm is underpowered in that movie.
Archangel.
Everybody.
Archangel, what was that?
Like honestly, we don't get Apocalypse if we don't have Archangel.
Right.
And that was so shoehorned. That movie's terrible.
Right. And they killed him off real quick.
Apocalypse
like,
is a horrible movie. Man, you know what, Bryan Singer?
Fuck you.
Oh, but we do have to give him some love for Bohemian Rhapsody. We got to give him some love.
He's the controversy?
That's his. That's his. That he wrote the
Well,
script for that.
take that fuck you back.
Yeah, I
because
got
clearly.
Yeah, I gotta take it back because he. You
As
remember,
long as he's not directing.
they he was directing it, but they shoehorned him out because of the allegations of his sexual
harassment.
It's
So
naughty.
You know what though? There's going to be quite a few people missing in directing.
It got quiet after a while. Everybody was coming out. I was like, "Whoo!" They getting everybody out of here.
Here's the problem, and we talked about this. Me and an old host that's no longer on the sphere. But
See you, Howard.
Y'all are wrong.
nah, but
Get well. Howard.
the Me Too movement actually sort of hurt itself with some of the accusations.
Mm-hmm.
The season sorry one. That was like it was a bad date, and that
I like it that
the season sorry one was pretty bad.
I like it. Okay.
Who's the guy? Chris Hardwick.
Okay, this is how I look at it. I like the Me Too I like the whole idea. We'll go back to the trailer, but the Me Too thing, when it came up, it got people who were always getting this, and it shined a light on Hollywood and in life in general of those people that try to take advantage of people. And
Absolutely.
I like that because there's more people like that than a lot of people are willing to recognize.
Yeah.
But then I like it that it also took a turn because it also looked at we can't always be quick to judge somebody and say, okay, you're wrong, but let's listen to all the facts. That's what ended up happening later on.
Right.
Now it's just like, we would be quick to cancel somebody, but then it's like nowadays it's like, okay, you know what? People do need a second chance. People do need, blah, blah, blah. But we have to.
And some people, like I said, were blown out of proportion.
Yeah, people were
Like I
trying
said,
to get carried away
The
with it.
season sorry situation was it was a bad date, basically. And that's what it turned.
I forgot what happened with him. I remember it was something that happened with
Well, you have people you will have people take advantage of a movement.
Every movement.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Every movement, and that is a bad situation. And like you said, it brought light to the situation and how jacked up the industry is. How many people have had the casting couch situation?
Russell Simmons, boy,
you out
of line.
That was going on, and that's why
Right.
some of them now are like, that's how it was.
Yeah.
That was the culture,
Right.
that they have a right to speak up about it. And, you will have people who will take advantage of the situation. Let's just leave that right there.
I'm going to be honest with you. It's funny that now that we're talking about this, there was something I was listening to the other day. Nobody respects a celebrity like they used to, and it's finally coming to a stance. Not everybody wants to be a celebrity because you get to see like the negative light of it. And it used to be when you growing up, a celebrity was the most untouchable thing because it was just like, oh my God, they just seen this luxury life, but you found out the struggle.
But the way you're becoming a celebrity now is like with Instagram.
Oh yeah, that's horrible.
Comedians, all these people. So you're already putting stuff out there.
Mm-hmm.
You're filming your whole entire life. So now you have nothing to use against me.
True.
Right.
Before you want to keep private. So now pretty soon you're doing everything on Instagram or Facebook. So
Right.
what can they say about you?
I appreciate actors like Viggo Mortensen.
Keeping it quiet.
Yeah, like Viggo Mortensen after the Lord of the Rings. I think he's done like 3 or 4 movies since Lord of the Rings, and that's it. He's like, I'm still getting paid for that. He lives in New Hampshire.
Also,
Daniel Day-Lewis that we were just talking about?
No.
Wait,
Samwise.
Sean Austin.
Yeah.
Oh, he disappears.
He making so much money just off of Lord of the Rings. He does little.
Well, he was on the show. It was TNT.
For a second.
What was the show?
He was on The Strain for a little bit.
The Strain. Then he was on the second season of Stranger Things.
Oh, Stranger Things. He killed it. Oh, he was chubby.
I loved it.
So
he doesn't have to work.
He doesn't have to. I think
have to.
he enjoys it. But you get so many now that says, you know what, I'm going to stay away. Hey, y'all got to remember, Brad Pitt initially left Hollywood and said, I'm going to live in New Orleans. Because I could walk down the street and people just treat me as Brad, not Brad Pitt, the actor.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, everybody wants that flame.
He's like, I can go sit down and have a drink of coffee with my newspaper and my motorcycle, and no one thinks 2 shits about it.
But no one cares about them anymore.
Well,
think about the culture of celebrity and who is being praised. It's not the older act. They can walk around right now and not get.
Nobody cares.
It's not really even.
But you get someone like Just Hilarious who's on Instagram or someone else. They like, who is that? You know what I mean? So
it's the internet. It's comedians. Yeah, I'll probably say musicians. Athletes,
musicians always gonna get that love.
The actors and actresses don't get it no more, and I think they don't mind.
They're not untouchable anymore, and I like that
because they no longer have the power to say I won't do this. At one point in time, if I was a movie actor or actress, I would never do TV. I would never do TV.
Oh,
now,
they're doing TV now.
Everybody doing TV.
They doing TV
commercials. all the type of stuff.
Well, I think allow them to do TV now because TV has definitely stepped.
It switched. It switched. It become more.
It's no You gotta think. Growing up, we grew up with the sitcom era. Sitcoms we're now dealing with, and I think NYPD Blue to me because it sort of kicked off the serious hour-long drama. Well, Law and Order was always done it.
Always
20-something years going
I'm
strong.
gonna be honest with you, man. I always thought it was HBO. HBO coming out there with them heavy hitters and just how you can.
Well, see, HBO didn't do that until ABC took like NYPD Blue was doing stuff no one was doing. Like even on the broadcast level, nudity, cussing.
Yeah, I remember the ladies behind.
Like they was taking chances on broadcast TV.
TV is where you went your career and went to die. They always say.
But that's what I'm saying.
They get paid now?
Think about now, movies there were so many movies that came out back then, not as much as now.
Mm-hmm.
And now you have Netflix and Hulu, movies that's only going on to there or miniseries. Why would I do a major picture when I can get the same money?
I get $1 million
on
an
TV.
episode and just be able to go home
and get the same money next year when we do it the next season.
Exactly. Oh, and then I can hit that. What's that? Syndication money.
Right.
Or take a break.
And this is why we have intermission.
Yes, sir. To break it all down for you.
Because I mean, the content has changed, the formula has changed.
The way we consume stuff has changed.
Yeah, I mean,
nobody wants to go sit in the movies anymore. It's getting to a point where people don't want to do that. Now they want to go sit down on TV. They watch TV, watch Netflix.
And no one wants a long series, like you were saying earlier. They don't want the 12, 13 episodes.
Tell Fox that. Fox and ABC and
they don't want it.
Empire, 26 episodes. Ugh.
One of my favorite shows, Sherlock, only has done 4 seasons.
Oh, 3 episodes.
And it's like 3 or 4 episodes. It's like a 2-hour episode. And they're
Episodic.
movie actors.
Mm-hmm.
And they may come back, but they can take a 2-hour hiatus, 2-year hiatus, and come back and do what they have to do. So,
I love it.
I mean,
I see you, Benedict.
Yeah,
I love him.
He was actually nominated for a limited series or something.
Oh yeah, where he played the AIDS patient dude.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. But anyways, that's gonna pretty much do it for our show, people. Definitely check out that Captain Marvel. I know we got sort of off, but
we got off on a tangent.
It's definitely a good trailer, and once you watch it, you're gonna do your homework. You're going to want to do your homework on it. You'll realize that this is a very central character for the MCU. Hopefully, I want to say the DCU is going to get their shit together, but we know they won't.
We can have hope.
We're damn near about to lose Superman. That S ain't standing for hope no more.
It stands for see you, suckers.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Make sure you check out the full episode when we drop every week, and check out all of our IG accounts. I'm pretty much at a blank here, so I'm just going to say deuces.
Peace.
Bye.